Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Yona of the Dawn, chapter 214. When we last left our heroes, the battle for Keen Province was not going super well, as the Ra'an's arrival on the Kai side had increased morale for them, and the repeated attacks, on top of Gunte's loss and just the dwindling number of battle-ready troops, and the lack of reinforcements all work together to sort of plummet Koka's morale. By the end of things, Hawk was kind of the only soldier still able and willing to fight. And while some of the soldiers escorted some civilians to try to find an escape route from the province, they encountered Yoon and the pirates' ships with medical supplies and reinforcements to go and turn the tide of battle again. With Kai once again in full retreat, but Ra'an mentions that he is now going to conduct some kind of operation. We don't know a lot of the details about that, but meanwhile, back at the castle, Yona sort of comes into Soo-Won's study and is like, I can help you, and provides him with a strategy to get at least a few troops in, slip behind enemy lines, and cause some chaos, which causes Soo-Won to start to sort of readjust his thinking as to who Yona is. He never imagined Yona could actually help him out in any way. So with all that being said, let's dive right on into chapter 214. We have here the magazine cover of just Hawk sort of standing there with Ao on his shoulder. We have a two-page color spread, which is actually it gives us more context to that image. It's him and Yona lying down, his hand kind of around Yona's head. It's really kind of cute. It's fun, you know. But we open back at Keen with Yoon healing some soldier, putting bandages around his arms. And Yoon thinks, that guy's in serious condition too. And then I think that's Calgon who comes in. Yoon, Hawk is back. And Yoon looks up. Hawk walks over. Hey, Yoon. You're back. But Hawk, instantly falls down, barely being caught by Yoon. Chapter 214, The Cost of Risking Your Life, which we're kind of seeing right there. Hawk is beat up. Hawk needs to do something. Something needs to be done or Hawk will die. And Yoon tells him, I told you not to get hurt. Sorry. And Tok the pirate looks at them. I didn't know Keen Province was in such bad condition. We need more supplies and even more people. But Hawk stops him. No. I'm very grateful to you for escorting Yoon here safely. I thought it'd take longer. Tok tells him, well, the river wasn't as rough as usual, so we got here earlier than expected. And Hawk notes, that's lucky. I guess that's the only lucky thing going on for Koka right now. But Hawk thinks, the truth is, we're not safe at all. The whole area is surrounded by the enemy. I expect we'll be attacked again soon. And Tok sort of exclaims, but how lucky? Not quite sure what that line's about. If it were a question mark, that might mean something. Maybe it's meant to be a question mark. But how lucky, he's asking. That's my best guess. Because it's just weird with a period there. Anyway, Hawk turns to Yoon. You really managed to get the senjuso, huh, Yoon? And Calgon just... Oh, wait, no, hold on. So someone says, you came to save General Gunte, haven't you? I'm sure with the senjuso, he'll make a quick recovery. Oh, that's Tok, I think. That's the only person I can work out it being. Because Tok can't know why Yoon has the senjuso, because he can't know about Soo-Won. Which means that puts Yoon in a very compromised situation. Because, he can't give it to Gunte, or else he's kind of fucked, because now that he's sort of hitched his cart to Minsu, he might die too if Soo-Won dies. Also, Soo-Won dying right now is not good for the country at all. But also, he can't tell anyone that. He can't say, no, I'm giving this to Soo-Won, because he can't say that Soo-Won needs it. Anyway, Calvin is eyes wide. Really? And then the eye-patch soldier who fled last time. What? Do we really have medicine that can cure Lord Gunte? Talk tells him, yeah, if he uses the senjuso, he'll be up and running in no time. Thank you, Yoon. And Yoon kind of tries to dally. He doesn't want to be in this position. And Eye Patch tells him, give the medicine to me quickly so I can take it to Lord... Wait a minute. And Yoon stops them all. I'm sorry. This senjuso is for someone else. So he's just coming right out and saying it. He's not saying that it's Soo-Won, because he doesn't want everyone here to die. Caligan just asks, someone else? You mean we can't use it for Lord Guntae? Yeah. And then Eye Patch presses, who are you going to use it on then? That's... whoever it is, there's nobody that needs it more than Lord Guntae. That's right, if we can save Lord Guntae, the rest of us will fight with everything we've got. I'm curious, given again, next chapter is the fall of Keen Province. Yoon obviously doesn't give it to Guntae. But I'm wondering if the cut in morale from this is part of what leads to the fall of Keen Province. Maybe. Anyway, Eye Patch goes on, Lord Guntae is the only hope of the Earth Tribe Army. And two other soldiers, yeah! And Caligan, bows. Please, Yoon, if you have the medicine, please save Lord Guntae. And Yoon looks at him, Caligan. And he thinks, I promised that I would bring this senjuso back. And that the king's illness is a secret that I would protect with my life. He just has to, what if he just said that it was, on Soo-Won's order? It's not saying that it was Soo-Won, but, it's the king who has ordered him to get this. But Talk tells him, Yoon, we did give the senjuso to you, but it's not only for you to keep, Does that mean that Talk is, going to stake a claim in the senjuso or something? And one of the soldiers comes to him, give me the medicine! Wait! And he grabs the pouch. Is it in here? No! Stop it! But Hawk intervenes, grabs the soldier holding the bag, and takes it. Shocking the soldier. What? Sorry, but I can't give you this. I'm gonna use it. Okay, Hawk. How long will that ruse keep up? Because Yoon clearly left to get the senjuso, which means it would make no sense for Hawk to be the one to use it. So it's questionable how long the other troops will believe him in this case. And the soldiers are just stunned that Hawk is almost turning on them like this. What? There's no way we'll let you. But Hawk tells them all, I don't care what you think. I'm not giving it to you. Yoon was following my orders, so this is mine. And the Earth Tribe soldiers are all stunned that this sudden turn on Hawk, what we are aware is a great bit of self-sacrifice for Hawk. But to them is just this hero all of a sudden betraying them. How dare he? Using the medicine just for himself? Even though we could save Lord Guntae. In the end, he really is just an outsider. And Yoon is just, he doesn't know what to do. He wants to defend Hawk, but he can't really defend Hawk without outing Soo-Won. He's just not in a good spot right now. No, they're wrong. Thunder Beast is different. And Yoon turns back towards Hawk, who just walks away calmly and runs back to him. Thunder Beast! And Hawk just tells him, Yoon, you should get out of sight for a while. It would be better if you stayed away from the soldiers and villagers. And Yoon sort of acknowledges that, but counters, no. I have to give medical treatment to the injured. And Hawk acknowledges that and sort of accepts that. My bad. It'd be rude of you to hide, right? Well, let's each fight our own battles where we can for now. And once again, I just love this Hawk-Yoon bond. They're just they're so different. They're almost complete opposites, but the deep respect they have for each other is so wonderful to see. But anyway, we then come to the Watchtower, back where our old friend the conscript is, and where Hawk just seems to have been hanging out after making an enemy of the entire province. So conscript notices something. Hawk asks, the enemy? Yes, but something's not right. And that kind of gets Hawk's attention, and we see a single horseman. Just Ra'an, I'm guessing. It's only one horseman. And Hawk just tells him it's an ambush. They're hiding behind the hill. And then he says again, is it a trap? He's already just said that it's a trap, so that's an odd phrase there. But he thinks, From the looks of it, he's a commander of some sorts. Is he here to negotiate? This is certainly the operation that will bring Keen Province down. And Hawk just tells the conscript, I'm going. I'm coming with you. And Hawk stops him, no. I want you to stay here and tell the others what's going on. Stay alert. And Hawk goes out to battle to meet Ra'an on his horse. And Ra'an just begins their conversation. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Ra'an, one of the eight great generals of the South Kai Empire. I suppose you are a commander of great renown in the Kingdom of Koka for your skill with the Guando. I would like to ask you to fight me in a one-on-one combat. Exchanging sword blows with a grand combatant such as you is a warrior's pride. And Hawk sort of works through, what Ra'an has just told him, and what he knows about what Kai has been up to for the past 5 or 6 chapters. He came here for a one-to-one fight. So far, he's been attacking us over and over. It seemed like their plan was to besiege us here until our resources are exhausted. So what is he planning with this? Hawk is instantly aware something is up. There is some scheme that will lead to the fall of Keen Province. And Ra'an just sort of stares at him. We see Ra'an's thoughts. I want to keep you right here. Yep, there's the plan. As long as you're here, this place won't fall. But for the sake of my annihilated troops, without fail, I will conquer this land completely. I might die here, but in exchange, I'll definitely offer this victory over Keen Province to His Highness, Emperor Chagol. All right. In a one-to-one combat on the battlefield, as a warrior, there is no way I can make you withdraw. So that's a weird thing, because if Ra'an is aware that he has no chance in beating Hawk right now, what's his battle plan here? How will this lead to victory over... How will this lead to a Kai victory? I mean, I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure there is a plot, and we will see the plot. I'm just really curious. Anyway, Hawk introduces himself. I'm Hawk, a new recruit of the Sky Tribe. Even if you take my head, it's just one of a rookie. You know that, right? But Ra'an counters, to me, it looks like you're the backbone of Koka Kingdom. And he thinks, and that is my true and honest assessment of you. I mean, he's not the entire backbone of Koka Kingdom, but he certainly is the backbone of this defense. And Hawk tells him, if you expect that much of me, you don't leave me any choice. Come on, then. And he readies his glaive, and Ra'an readies his own. It's a match. Bring it. Time to make my move. And then we see what looks like Tok helping unload some medical supplies back on his boat. Take this with you, too. I think that's the elder, who's holding all this stuff. He sort of wipes his brow. Phew. The water level is still really low. Shouldn't this river be flowing much faster? Oh, that's the operation. Would the river being really low be why the pirates were able to make it upstream so fast? Could that be it? And one of the other pirates comes over to talk. Yeah, I just checked. The waterfall that's supposed to flow into the Komutan River has dried out completely. And Tok looks at him. That's odd. Let me take a look. And another pirate comes with him. I'm coming with you, Tok. And now they're at this waterfall that at this point is really just a cliff. And Tok looks at it. Oh, it really stopped. And his comrade asks, want to go up? And he climbs up the cliff face. Says, there hasn't been a drought in a long time. And he helps up his little friend. And they go marching through the shrubbery. And Tok notes, suddenly there's a lot of cut down trees. And his friend tells him, Oi, Tok. And whenever Tok sees, stuns him. What the hell? And we come back to the battle. It's, blade versus blade. We hear the loud clang. They're just going at each other. And Ra'an teases, what's wrong? You don't have your usual energy. And Hawk is still thinking. Something's not right. Those soldiers from South Kai on that hill. We're looking in the distance to the northeast. Where are they relative to the village? I feel like I need a map to really work out what the big... I'm assuming they're looking at the waterfall. But a direction would help understand Hawk's nerves, I think. Anyway, what was it? What do they look for? I have a bad feeling. Something bad's going to happen. But what? What's going to happen? I am missing something. In the northeast, the Komutan River meets another river. And he thinks back to what Tak said. Well, the river wasn't as rough as usual, so we got here earlier than expected. The force of the river. These soldiers not coming down from their elevated positions. Oh, I know what's about to happen. They dammed the river up. So they can then, the trees, the elevated position, Ra'an's assertion that he's about to die. They chopped down those trees. They built a dam on the other river, build the water up, blow it all in one moment, flood the whole region. That's how Keen Province falls. That's how it ends. Oh, I think I'm right on the money there. And Hawk works his plan, works something out too. No way. And we cut back to Tak, and we see a dam. Yeah, we see some Kai soldiers guarding the river, the dam. A dam? They're blocking the river with a giant dam. And the other pirate notes, oh, that's not good. And the Kai commander calls, release! And there's this boom. I will say, I'm not quite sure the trees or what that dam is. That looks more like dirt. But still, that was a dam. And Hawk realizes, they're flooding us. Shit! And he turns and books it, tries to evacuate the village, and Ra'an gets in front of him, holds it, running away, and Hawk has worked out what's going on now, and slices through Ra'an, or at least tries to, move it! And Ra'an counters, we're not done yet! And Ra'an just keeps on stabbing with his glaive. Hawk notes he's fast. In this condition, and we hear the loud, run! That's him calling out to the other troops. For a second there, I thought that was Tak, having just come back. But I'm not entirely sure how Tak plans to survive the floodwaters. Get to higher ground. They're flooding this place. And the conscript hears him, but can't quite make out what he's saying. Did something happen? What? I can't hear it. And we see that he can only make out the faintest of noises from the battle. As Hawk thinks, Yoon, Calgan, everyone, quickly! Someone please! Save them! We cut to the pirates. Tak running, we have to stop the water! And his comrade, what do you mean, stop? But then some Kai soldiers catch them. Halt right there! Where did you come from? And they just call, kill them! And the pirates try to find a retreat. And the companion draws his blade. And the two of them dash at the soldiers. Wah! And the soldiers grin, confident in their victory, when something hits the soldier in the middle. He falls over. Tak looks down. Huh? And it's a kunai. Oh, is that Jeha? Well. Look who's here. Yes, it is. Two familiar faces. To be continued. That's my man. So I will say, I should have figured out last issue, last chapter, when Soo-Won mentioned, let me find the line, even if it's just with a few men, we'll be able to get behind the enemy. I should have worked out he was talking about the dragons. I will say I may just be very stupid. I was not expecting the dragons here, but I'm happy for them. Hopefully they can save the civilians of Keen Province, even if Keen Province is, of course, as the next chapter tells us, destined to fall. But yeah, this was a good chapter. This was another really, really good chapter in this arc. So yeah, we open with this really fraught scene with the senjuso, right? Everyone sees the senjuso as this grand, salvation for Guntae. With Guntae, we can surely win, but that puts Yoon in a terrible position, as he doesn't even have the chance to really work out a plan, which he might have been able to do had he had enough time. Before Hawk just steps in and takes the fall. I'm here. This is for me. This isn't for Guntae. This is so I can live. And they have to figure that that's not really what happened, given that Hawk is still really beat up when he goes to fight Ra'an. But it at the very least gets stops anyone trying to figure out what Yoon's angle is. So it's a smart short-term strategy that might not work in the long term. But however next chapter goes, there might not be a long term for most of these people. So we'll see. I also really love the bit where Hawk is like, Yoon, you should probably everyone's gonna be mad at you. Get out of here. And Yoon is like, no, this is who I am. I save people. That is literally what I'm here for. and I'm not running from that just because everyone hates me now. I do kind of wish we saw some more of that animosity with the conscript on the Watchtower. Maybe he's just spent so much time with Hawk at this point that he has faith enough that Hawk has his reasons. I at least wish we got to... I wish the conscript was there for that scene. Because, he's the one who spent the most time with Hawk, even if he has yet to be named. And I just kind of think that he should have some thoughts about Hawk. We should see what his thoughts on Hawk are after the Senjuso scene. That's my one real problem here. But then we have the fight with Ra'an, and I love Hawk slowly working out what the plan is. Thanks to that one little seemingly throwaway line from the pirates. The river wasn't as rough as usual, so we got here earlier than expected because there wasn't another river flowing into it the opposite direction. So yeah, and of course he realizes it at the worst possible moment. He can't really go anywhere now. He's too late to work out the trap. But thankfully the pirates were there and they've seen it, or it would be thankfully if they had gotten away. But they were saved by our buddies the dragons. And at long last, the whole damn Happy Hungry bunch is in one place, ready to fight. Hopefully we haven't seen Shuna and Zeno yet, but I'm guessing they're here too. And maybe Yona. The last time we had the whole gang, not just bantering and having antics together, but actually going through a plot together. I'm not sure when that was. It was pre-Castle, certainly. And I'm really happy to have the gang together and actually doing shit again, because I have missed them. I have missed them so much. But yeah, all in all, really fun chapter. Can't wait to see how all of this plays out in the next chapter, when I will finally be caught up with this series. I can't wait for that. Just on the personal level. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. Yona's always good. And I can't wait to see... Hopefully the civilians make it out, even if Keem Province does sort of flood in the aftermath. That's almost certainly going to happen. But yeah, all in all, absolutely great time. Cannot wait to see this all end. So yeah, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe. Do whatever makes you happy, And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!